Hello, everybody. This is a video which I hope to be the first in a series of videos on efficient practice for the guitar, but which may apply to any musical instrument. The idea being here that we can find certain things to work on, certain things to focus on, that can be done in as little as 2 minutes. We're not talking about huge half-hour, 2-hour projects. Something that we can do in 2 minutes. The important thing to recognize when you're doing this kind of practice is that you are focusing on one and only one aspect of your playing, one very, very small aspect, and hopefully working on that in a really focused and concentrated manner. And when I say focused and concentrated, I don't mean like that. I mean simply everything else is gone while you're doing this. It's a wonderful way to relax. The first thing I'm going to look at as a platform for efficient practice is the chromatic scale. I assume that you know what a chromatic scale is and that you want to be able to play it on the guitar. If you don't know what a chromatic scale is, but you've heard the term, do a little research. Google it. Look it up, maybe even watch the rest of this video, and it might become more clear to you what a chromatic scale is, what it sounds like. And then the other piece is that you are interested in learning the chromatic scale. Some people really don't care, and they don't want to do this, which is fine. So, if you've watched the video this far and you really don't care about chromatic scales, bye-bye. But for the rest of you, let's move on. We want to organize our chromatic scales in a number of different ways. We want to look at musical organization, and we want to look at fretboard organization. In terms of musical organization, we're going to begin on a C for now. We are going to climb up one octave to another C, and we're going to climb up a second octave to this C. We are going to use a kind of fingering that can be referred to as 4 notes or 4 fingers per string. No stretches, no funny business with the left hand, just 1 finger per fret. Done with that string, move on to the next string by shifting down 1 fret. You'll see that in just a moment. 4 notes, shift down another fret, 4 notes. And remember that when you get to the anomalous G-B relationship on the guitar, that there will not be a shift down. We'll be in the same fret there, and then make the shift down to the high E. Also notice at the very end we're going to do a little pinky move like this, which I'll refer to as a slide. Although it's not articulated as a slide, it is articulated as 2 separate notes. Also, in terms of our musical organization, we are going to look at playing this rhythmically as 8th notes, as 16th notes, and as triplets for starters. We're going to look at some other funny rhythms further on down the road. But let's go over what we are now going to play. Let me also point out, by the way, that I'm only going to ascend in this first video. I'm not going to do any descending. We generally find that ascending is easier on the guitar than descending. So, no metronome, just a slow but even approach to playing all of these notes, and it goes like this. Little slide up to finish up. Okay? That might be your first approach or first way of organizing an efficient practice. You might sit with your guitar for 2 minutes whenever you can grab 2 minutes, and you know there's always 2 minutes handy. There's 2 minutes while your dog finishes its meal before you take it out for a walk. There's 2 minutes while your significant other gets dressed to go out, or 2 minutes while the computer warms up. So you sit down, you pick up the guitar, and you say, okay, for the next 2 minutes, I am just going to focus on this fingering for this chromatic scale, and do it as many times as you can, but focus on keeping it to 2 minutes. Then, when you've got it down, turn on the metronome. I am going to play as eighth notes the chromatic scale at a metronome speed of 80. That would sound like this. 1, 2, 3, 4. All right? Now, if you can do that, you can do a little bit of math as well, and you'll see that eighth notes at a metronome speed of 80 covers 13 beats, which is approximately 10 seconds. So you could play this 10 times with a few mistakes, and that would approach 2 minutes. 10 times, 100 seconds, 60 seconds in a minute and 40 seconds if you play it perfectly, a couple of mistakes, and you approach 2 minutes. I'm going to play it 3 times in a row with no pause between the high C and returning to my repetition. When I do that, I'm going to play this final C as an eighth note followed by an eighth rest, immediately going to the C to resume or repeat the pattern. So here we go, 3 of them. 1, 2, 3, 4. There we are, 3 in a row. So, so that might be your 2-minute challenge. Can I play this with the metronome? Keep a metronome handy, of course, at that kind of speed. Now, I'm going to hold it at this because there are so many more ways that we can organize chromatic scales. There's so many more ways that we can practice them and do them in these efficient little 2-minute packets. But I want to keep this video fairly short. So I welcome your comments. If you would like to get in touch with me, I'll try to do a little video editing and put my email here. Send me an email with any questions. I will also put my website here, so you can take a look at that as well. And you can send me messages through my website. And I welcome your comments and observations, and hope to integrate them into future videos. So, bye-bye for now.